Good afternoon, everyone. Today is the fourth Sunday of Advent, the last Sunday before Christmas. Although we are having many challenges this year, I wish all of you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Today, I'd like to invite you to think about one thing, an attitude as a Christian, especially an attitude to have when we encounter criticisms from non-believers or public society. How should we see those criticisms? How do we take those? Do we need to see them as an attack from an enemy, or should we consider them as a part of constructive development of our religion? My point today is quite simple. We should take their criticism seriously. To do that, we need humility. By humility, I mean, first of all, to admit that we can be wrong. Christianity can be wrong. We may not be perfect, although Jesus was. We should admit that there must be something that those who are outside Christianity can see better than the insiders. More importantly, we need to understand that there are many non-believers who really love Christianity. They want Christianity to become faithful and sincere more than anyone else, probably more than many other Christians. They hope Christianity to show a leadership in society. They see significant values in Christian teachings. So they want Christianity to become a moral example or be a spiritual guidance for the larger society. Maybe not all of them are like this, but it is true that there are people who are non-believers but yet hope to see the best of Christianity. And we also need to admit that non-Christians, they have rights to speak about Christianity. They're living in this world where there is no place that the power and the impact of Christianity cannot reach. So, like it or not, they're living under significant influence of Christianity. And they have, therefore, all the rights to speak about Christianity. The practices of Christians affect their lives because of its size and impact in the world. Christianity's influence is huge. To some extent, I am saying that Christianity is a commons, or I encourage you to think about Christianity as a commons. This means that Christians do not exclusively own Christianity. Christianity is not just Christians, it's also non-believers, all others. For some people, the word commons may not be common word. Conceptually, the commons means something that we all have equal access, such as air, water, etc. Something that no one can privately own. Oxford Reference says that the commons is a concept that the major resources of the planet, such as land, air, and water, are commodities to which all people have an equal right of access and use, and which no one has a right to spoil. However, commons not only means those natural resources, it also refers to conceptual things such as a community, a school, an education. In my research institute, we say peace is also a commons. Should be a commons. Security should be a commons. The commons highlights that it needs to be governed neither by state nor by the privates, but by the people who are involved with it. So in a certain sense, I'm saying Christianity is a commons. Think about this. First, let's see Christian teachings. Jesus gave his teachings to all humanity, and those teachings are open to all. They're accessible to all people, and all people therefore have rights to talk about those teachings. They can say how they feel about them, whether they agree with them or not, no matter whether they are Christians or not, whether they profess Christianity or not. They have rights to talk about Christian teachings. Second, look at Christianity as a social factor. Christianity is not only accessible to all, but impacts people's lives enormously. It's a significant social factor. Christianity is the world's largest religion and the largest religion in Korea. Christians are approximately about 1/3 of the entire population in the world and about 1/4 of the entire population in Korea. The worldly history cannot be taught without teaching Christianity. The birth of it, the relationship with the Roman Empire, its schisms, fights, wars of mission works and colonialism, and so forth. The worldly history and the worldly history of the thoughts cannot be understood without understanding Christianity. You need to understand Augustine, Aquinas, Kierkegaard, and Jean-Jacques Rousseau, and all others. The Korean philosophies too. Even when you want to understand Korean philosophy, you can't just understand them. Chung, Ham-seok-han, Kim-gu, those are thinkers. You cannot understand them without understanding Christianity and its relationship with the history of Korea. Needless to say, the arts and literatures are deeply influenced by Christianity. People who are living today are therefore all deeply influenced, inseparable, and interconnected with those legacies of Christianity. In other words, no matter whether they're Christians or not, Christianity is unavoidably a part of their lives. So what can they say about Christianity? What can they think seriously about Christianity? Christianity is, again, significant social factor, and it affects people's lives. Think about this. On the one hand, Christianity is public and therefore responsible for making the world better and more peaceful. But we remember, sometimes its practice impacts people's lives negatively. They have done many, Christians have made many mistakes in the world. Therefore, all global citizens are responsible for Christianity too. That's my point. They need to watch Christianity. Whether any Christian practices create any violence or injustice in the world, some people think, oh, is that really so? But think about this. When Christianity made a wrong decision, it killed thousands and millions of people. It caused the wars in the past, destroyed the cities, collapsed the countries. It once espoused the slave trade. It undergirded racial discrimination and sexual abuse. Some Christian traditions supported Nazism, anti-Semitism, connived the Holocaust, and became the seed of white supremacy and Western colonialism. However, when it practiced its self-sacrificial love, it also affected many people positively. Many people were saved. No, I'm not saying that they were evangelized. They were saved by poverty, lack of education, lack of food, many things. But, Christianity has built so many educational institutions, hospitals, orphanages. Many Christians fearlessly went into the war zones, underdeveloped countries, the places where famine struck. They went there and tried to take care of the little ones, women, and sick, and the wounded people. So, they may not be Christians, those who receive those benefits. They may be the ones who know better than anyone what Christian love would really look like. So it is meaningful to listen to their voices, how they think about Christianity, how they think about the true love that Christianity needs to practice. When I say Christianity is a commons, I mean we need to allow them to speak about Christianity. We need to admit that they can speak about Christianity. Moreover, we should understand what they say about Christianity would be something we really need to give our ears to. We really need to listen to the victims of Christian violence, and we really need to listen to the beneficiaries of Christian love. All of those will make our practices, our Christianity, healthier, stronger, and more powerful, more faithful. When society criticizes the church, I hear that some Christians got angry and says, none of your business, you have no right to speak about our business. We'll take care of ours, you take care of yours. Mind your own business. However, such claims are wrong because Christianity is not only our own matters, but also the matters of all. Non-Christians, ordinary citizens are talking to Christianity even today. So what are they speaking to us? What are they saying? Let's hear. And here I'd like to introduce you two things. They say first this. I quote Gandhi. Gandhi says, "I like your Christ, but not your Christianity." Again, let me say that again. Gandhi, the Hindu, Indian leader for social justice, he said, "I like your Christ, but not your Christianity." What does that mean? He said this because Christianity didn't look that Christians followed Christ's teachings as they are supposed to. He continued to say, "I believe in the teachings of Christ, but you on the other side of the world do not. I read the Bible faithfully and see little in Christendom that those who profess faith pretend to see." He also says the Christians above all others are seeking after wealth. Wow. Their aim is to be rich at the expense of their neighbors. They come among aliens to exploit them for their own good and cheat them to do so. Their prosperity is far more essential to them than the life, liberty, and happiness of others. This is the voice of Gandhi, one of the people in India, which was under the British people. So what do you hear from his voice? Just think about it. Second, I hear this voice especially from the results of the surveys examining the people's level of trust in Christianity. One survey recently done says that Protestantism is the religion that people trust the least among the religions in Korea. The result says that the 6 out of 10 people in Korea do not trust the Protestant churches and the pastors. Not only the churches, the pastors too. They don't trust what pastors say. 68% of the people who answered the survey said that they don't trust what pastors say. The reason is this. First, because of the unclear use of money. They don't trust the church and the pastors. The second, their attitude toward other religions. The third, the unethical lives of the clergies and the ordinary Christians. What do you hear from this survey? What do we hear from this survey? In another survey, 63.3% of the people who answered the survey said that the trust level of Protestant churches went down after COVID-19. And to the question asking what Christians can do or need to do to increase the level of trust, 34.8% of the people answered the survey says the practice of ethical and moral life. They say, if you live more moral and ethical life, we'll trust you more. So what do we hear from this? There are many messages. Live like Christ, be transparent, be more ethical and moral and socially responsible. I hope that listening to such voices become our mission of the new year. We Christians have been so busy to say something, but we were so lazy to listen to the others. So the new year, I hope all of us have open ears to those voices. Thank you.